Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Continuing with the BJCP style guidelines, we're on category 8, dark European lager, and there's only two styles within the category, and this is 8A Munich Dunkel. And for that, I got a real Munich Dunkel, Weltenburger Kloster Barock Dunkel. Not like Barack Obama, Barock Dunkel. 4.7% ABV, and there's a code on there, but who knows how to read it. So we're going to review it anyways. All right, so let's talk about 8A Munich Dunkel. Overall impression characterized by depth, richness, and complexity typical of darker Munich malts with the accompanying Maillard products. Deeply bready, toasty, often with chocolate-like flavors in the freshest examples, but never harsh, roasty, or astringent. A decidedly malt-balanced beer, yet still easily drinkable. Let's get into the comments, history, all that stuff. Comments, unfiltered version from Germany can taste like liquid bread with a yeasty, earthy richness not found in exported filtered examples. All right, well, I don't know why they're telling me this. I'm reviewing an exported filter example, or at least an exported example. I don't know if it's filtered or not. Anyways, history, classic brown style from Munich, developed as darker while more malt-accentuated beer than other regional lagers. Characteristic ingredients, we can skip that. You can read it. Style comparison, not as intense in maltiness as a Bock, and thus more drinkable in quality. Lacking the more roasted flavors and often hot bitterness of a Schwarz beer. Richer, more malt-centric and less hoppy than a Czech dark lager. Vitals, 18 to 28 IBUs, 14 to 28 SRM. Got your commercial examples there, and this is on them. So, let's go get this in the glass, and we'll get to drinking. All right, so I've got the beer in the lager glass here. Let's give it a whiff. Slight oxidation right off the bat, but I also smell like a nice kind of bready malt sweetness. So that's a brown malt. Slight kind of a milk chocolatey thing, or like kind of a toffee or something like that. Like, I mean, it doesn't smell like candy. It just has like those kind of sweet kind of characters to them. Definitely bready, quite bready. A little bit of toastiness in there. Hops really don't get anything at all. Maybe a faint floral or earthy thing in the background, almost like a little bit of a minty thing, although that might actually be oxidation. Let's check the specs. Aroma, rich, elegant, deep malt sweetness, typically like bread crust, often toasted bread crust. Okay, I agree with that. Hints of chocolate, nuts, caramel, and or toffee are also acceptable, with fresh traditional versions often showing higher levels of chocolate. Well, it's definitely not fresh, but yeah, it's right there. Clean fermentation profile, agree with that. No butter, no green apple, nothing like that. A slight spicy floral herbal hop aroma is acceptable. All right, so maybe this bottle isn't as old as I thought it was. What's interesting about this bottle, it's only 11.2, and it's actually quite heavy for such a small bottle. Yeah, so I mean, that's right there. The only thing that's preventing this from being a 12 out of 12 is the fact it's like probably a little old. So I'm going to go 10 out of 12. Very rare that I give a 10 or higher on these import bottles because they're always so old. Let's talk about the appearance. So, straight brown color on camera. I guess this is a unfiltered beer because it's quite murky. I mean, hold up to the sunlight here, I can definitely see through it, but the condensation on the glass doesn't help any. I mean, it could be as dark as 34, as light as 17. I'll say it's like a 17 to 27 SRM. Yeah, it was about a thumb width of head on there, but I think it's going to stick around. Nice kind of tan, kind of creamy, frothy character on there. Specs, appearance, deep copper to dark brown, often with a red or garnet tint. Yeah, it's slightly reddish. Creamy, light to medium tan head. All right, so it says light. Oh, it's probably the color, not the intensity of the head. Usually clear, although murky, unfiltered versions exist. All right, well, so I thought they were all going to be filtered. So, yeah, I'm going to go full 3 out of 3 on appearance there. Flavor, cheers. Of all the German lagers I've done so far, including the box and everything, this one is definitely the sweetest. Like, this is, I mean, I wouldn't call it like a liquid candy bar, but yeah, it's quite sweet without being like cloying, or, and, it doesn't taste like they put, chocolate syrup or anything like that in there. It's not like a Southern Tier Imperial, what do they call it, Blackwater Tier or something like that. So yeah, okay, so plenty of dark brown malt in there, just like brown, like, so it's kind of toasty, Definitely not roasty like a Schwarzbier or a stout or anything like that. Um, it's malty. It's definitely more malty than bitter. Kind of what I said on the aroma, a little bit of a earthy, hoppy aroma. It's not minty like the way it smells. It's definitely not spicy or peppery hops. They're just kind of, I don't want to say neutral, but just, not as out there hops. So it's definitely a malt forward palate, which I think is what it's supposed to be. So let's check the specs on flavor. Flavor dominated by a soft, rich, and complex flavor of darker Munich malts, usually with overtones reminiscent of toasted bread crusts, but without a burnt, harsh, grainy toastiness. That's exactly what I just said. The palate can be moderately malty, although it should not be overwhelming or cloyingly sweet. That's exactly what I just said. Mild caramel, toast, or nuttiness may be present. Yeah, mild caramel, I would not call it nutty. Very fresh examples often have a pleasant malty, chocolatey character that isn't roasty or sweet. Burnt or bitter flavors from roasted malts are inappropriate, as are pronounced caramel flavors from crystal malt. Yeah, true. Everything is on point right here. Hop bitterness is moderately low but perceptible, with the balance tip firmly towards maltiness. That's exactly what I just said. Hop flavor is low to none. That's what I said. If noted, should reflect floral, spicy, or herbal German hop varieties. I said floral, so it could be spicy, herbal, floral, herbal, something like that. Aftertaste remains malty, although the hop bitterness may become more apparent in the medium dry finish, clean fermentation profile, and lager character. The only thing that I would complain about is that the bottle's old, so it's got some kind of oxidation going there, a little bit of like a honey lemon sherry kind of thing. But flaws aside, it's totally on point. I'm gonna go kind of high on this one. I'm gonna go 17 out of 20. If that was fresh, it's probably gonna get the full 20 out of 20, and I think it's pretty delectable. Let's talk about mouthfeel. Probably call it medium light body, probably closer to medium, and kind of a medium low carbonation. It's got a nice smooth texture. I don't know if I call it creamy, but very smooth, slightly malty aftertaste. This is not cloying or anything like that. Very, very sexual. 4.7% ABV. Could definitely crush a lot of these things. I would not call it. It's not refreshing, but I don't think it's really meant to be. And so it's very drinkable. Let's check the specs. Whoops. Mouthfeel: medium to medium full body, providing a soft and dextrinous mouthfeel without being heavy or cloying. Moderate carbonation. The use of continental Munich type malts should provide a richness, not a harsh or biting astringency. Yeah, so it's right there. I mean, they said medium, high. I'll go 4 out of 5 on mouthfeel. Overall, I'm gonna say 9 out of 10. It's it's not perfect. It's not world class just because of the age. It is listed as one of the commercial examples, so this is living up to it's exemplifying the style. But the bottle's just a little old. So total score 43 out of 50. Definitely one of the highest beers I've reviewed so far. I really liked it. And I would also, me personally, like this bottle right here is about a 7 or an 8 personally, but for the style, it's at least a 9. I'm sure it's a 10 when it's fresh. So yeah, if you can find this one, check it out. I like it. All right, so thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time. Prost.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.